Hi folks, this is Hebrew for All, a system which is going to help everyone and anyone that wants to learn to read, write, and speak Hebrew to do it and to do it well. So this is Boot Camp 2, and in this lesson I'm trying to help you practice. Before you move on from lesson to lesson to lesson, you really want to bring yourself up to par, feel that you've understood the material well, and be effective at it. So we're going to start that today, boot camp. Get ready. We're going to start that today with this sheet titled 0.2. This is the second pattern we've learned. The first one was shomer. So if you want, go ahead and pause right now and say the full forms of the present tense. That's the concept of boot camp. You've got to be up there on your toes and ready to respond immediately. So when I say shomer, you repeat it and say shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. Okay? So you practice that, and you can pause, and you can review that as much as you need. On this sheet, 0.2, which was the second form that we were learning, we're looking at those verbs that are like koneh. Quick question for you. Pause in order to be able to answer the question all by yourself. What are the three root letters of this verb, koneh? Correct. Kuf, nun, hey. What were the three root letters in shomer? Pause if you have to. Bam. Shin, mem, resh. You got to have things on the tip of your tongue, especially if you're planning to speak the language. Okay, so folks, we're here on 0.2. We're looking at number 1, together, 4 forms of the present tense. Ready, begin, go. Pause if you have to, and go ahead and say it on your own. And now I'm going to say it for you. Koneh, konah, konim, konot. Do number 2, right now. Go. Pause if you have to. Shut me out and do it on your own. That's right, folks. Rotzeh, rotzah, rotzim, rotzot. And what's it mean? Want. Number 3, ready, go. Ro'eh, ro'ah, ro'im, ro'ot. Number 4, notice, here's where you're paying careful attention up until now can be a big payoff. That number 4 on this sheet, it doesn't have a dot up there to tell you that it's a shin. So your job in unvowelized Hebrew, which is most of the Hebrew that you'll ever encounter in your life, such as a newspaper or a book, everything other than the Torah or the Chumash, which is the most highly vowelized text any of us will ever choose to use probably, you'll be seeing all your texts without vowels. Children at a very early age identify words correctly based on the patterns. So number 4, seems like a shin at the beginning of the word. The rule is, always assume shin unless I've told you it's a sin. They're statistically a small number of words in the language, so you're assuming a shin until I tell you otherwise. So there you are at number 4. Go ahead and say it, and pause to do so that you do it on your own and you're not just copying me. Go ahead and do it. Shoteh, shotah, shotim, shotot. And it means drink. Let's look at number 5. There's a little insight there also. What's the first letter there, folks? Bet, vet, but there's no dot in the bet. You're right, because in a unvowelized text, you won't see it. So go ahead and say, what are the 4 forms of the present tense? Boneh, bonah, bonim, bonot. That's Hebrew. Because bet, kaf, and pei, as the first letter of the word, have always got that negation in them, the dot inside, making them the harder of the 2 sounds. And then number 6, a carefully chosen word as well. Incidentally, what did boneh mean? Pause the tape, pause the picture, and take a look at it, and try and remember all on your own without my giving you the answers. This is boot camp, and you on Hebrew. You got to work and you got to sweat a little bit. And the beauty of this YouTube series is that you can pause it and go back and pause it and go back until it's crystal clear. 5-finger clarity. Okay, folks, down to number 6. What is it? How do you read that word? I don't want to read it for you. I want you to do the work on your own. Well, it's a bet because bet is the first letter of the word, so it's a B sound. But what are we going to do with that kaf / chaf in the middle of the word? In lieu of not having learned any other rule at this point in time, that letter does not have a dagesh. It's what the grammarians say is soft. So the correct pronunciation of this word would be boche. And the 4 forms, and pause the film one more time and say them all by your lonesome. Don't listen to me doing the work for you. Do the work for yourself. And the 4 forms would be boche, bocha, bochim, bochot. And now, like we did in boot camp 1, let's go together to the upper right hand corner of the page and work it down. Upper right hand corner to the bottom left. We're going to do it slowly, methodically, and I invite you to come along and do it with me. Sergeant Eitan, U.S. Marine Corps, boot camp. Let's get it, folks. Ready? Begin. Koneh, kona, konim, konot. Rotzeh, rotza, rotzim, rotzot. Ro'eh, ro'a, ro'im, ro'ot. Shoteh, shota, shotim, shotot. Boneh, bona, bonim, bonot. Boche, bocha, bochim, bochot. Now do it again and get it up there on the lips. And the reason is because to shorten the distance, that's right, I'm turning my head sideways, to shorten the distance between there and there, what your brain understands and what your mouth can speak means practice. So go ahead and do the chart again. Something like this. Koneh, kona, konim, konot. Rotzeh, rotza, rotzim, rotzot. Close your eyes. Ro'eh, ro'a, ro'im, ro'ot. Shoteh, shota, shotim, shotot. Boneh, bona, bonim, bonot. Boche, bocha, bochim, bochot. What's boche mean? Cry. On that happy note, we'll finish up for right now. It was a pleasure learning with you. Boot Camp 2. Practice, and it's yours. Shalom, shalom.